Welcome back to another Meaning to Live short therapy Jed Said video. My name is Jed Thorpe, licensed therapist. Before we continue, just want to say thank you to all of those who have subscribed. I appreciate that. I really do. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to, and you can even click that little notification bell. You'll be notified every time another Jed Said comes up. For more awareness up, you're going to love this video. We're going to talk about motivation, the science behind it, and how to tell if you are or aren't, and even how to reprogram yourself to become more motivated, right? This is good stuff. Stay tuned. We'll just get right into this. Of course, you want to know why people are or aren't motivated. It's not a new question. People have been curious about this for a long time. Even back in the 1950s, they were wondering the same thing, and this psychology guy, American psychologist, Julian Rotter, came up with this way to figure out where motivation comes from. And this experiment's been done in a lot of ways. The most famous way was when they took two groups of kids and they separated them. They put one group in this, we'll name this group the hardworking group, and the other group, we'll name it the really smart group. Both groups got the same puzzles. Cool, right? Puzzles or whatever to solve. And right away, they gave both groups A's, A pluses actually. In this group, they said, you did so good. I'm really impressed with the way you worked so hard. You never gave up. And this one was, you know what? That was brilliant. Holy crap. That's amazing. You're so smart. Two different ideologies of programming going on. As the puzzles increased in difficulty, this group over here, the hard-working group, well, they actually kept working hard at it. And they improved. They just dug in there and actually enjoyed doing hard things versus this other group where when the puzzles started getting hard, and they just assumed they weren't smart enough and they started giving up. They only focused on what was easy and avoided what was hard. So there you have it. Julian Rotter came up with the locus of control. Hardworking, that's an internal locus of control. We can completely control how hard we work versus this other side, smart. IQ tests don't raise that much higher if you study hard. There's just a certain level of IQ-ish range that people are, and that's it. So they had no control. They had this belief that they weren't as smart enough, so they just stopped trying. Can't control your level of IQ. That's just your level of IQ versus hardworking. I can completely control how hard I work. Locus of control, Julian Rotter. Side note, I'm just going to say this. You know how an earlier video we talked about learned helplessness? That came around in the 60s, just a decade after Rotters came up with locus of control. It was Seligman, I believe, Martin Seligman, who came up with the learned helplessness. That's where he shocked the dogs. Kind of the same stuff going on. I wonder if Seligman actually saw a little bit of what Rotters was doing and just kept building on that. Anyway, there you have it. If you want to know where you are or what group you might be in, all you have to do is when something doesn't go right in your life, do you blame it? Do you blame something that resulted in the circumstances that you're in? Did you blame something else? Or did you take accountability? This group over here, this hard-working group, they take accountability. It's just, had a bad day, or that wasn't how I really wanted it to be. That's my bad. Versus this other group where if something bad happens, they just blame everything else going on in their lives or, whatever that might have been. So now you get to ask yourself, where do I fall? I wonder what you'll do. Hopefully, at a minimum, you'll subscribe to the channel. I have a website as well, www.meaningtolive.com. And until next time, awareness up.